Hi there. As the title of the video suggests, what we're going to do today is have a look for steamers in the wind market and back them in the corresponding place market. Before I get started, however, let me apologise in advance. I have a bit of a frog in my throat this morning, so if the video goes quiet, it's because I've paused it and I'm in the middle of a coughing fit. With that said, let's bash on with what I'm planning to do here. Given that there's very little racing on today, just the meeting at Kempton this afternoon and the one at Seville this evening, I'm not going to do any trading today. I'm not sitting around waiting for races to appear. So I thought it'd be an ample opportunity to set up and test a strategy which on the face of it is a fairly straightforward one, but it actually makes use of a whole range of things I have shown you over the past few videos. So let me just jump straight into the strategy itself and the strategy editor. And we'll pull this up and let's see what we're going to be doing. Well, you'll probably be familiar with the first rule here. We're going to look for something that's coming in the last 5 minutes or so pre-race. So this rule will kick in 30 seconds before the start of the event, and it will compare the odds of all the runners 5 minutes previous to that, so now essentially 5.5 minutes out. And if those odds have fallen in that 5 minute period by 15%, that particular horse will be a candidate. So you've seen all this before. We have the restrictions of the current odds must be less than 15. The ratio of the volume on the runner compared to the market volume must be 10%, and the volume on each runner must be greater than 7,500. The idea behind those two settings is to try and stop a big outsider dropping the 15%, and that drop being driven by very little money. In other words, we want the steam to be realistic. Second one simply plays a message to say if a steamer has been found or not, and then we get to the one that places the bet in the place market. So let me just open that up so you can see that in more detail, because there's a couple of things in there that we've seen before, but I'll flag up once again. First thing is the actual action. You've seen this item before, or this option before, of changing and specifying another market. So this action is going to be performed on the place market. So it's going to be a simple back bet at the current back odds in the place market. I don't think I've done this one before, however, a percentage of the bank. So I'm just going to use 1%, so the stake's going to be very small, and that's based on the current value of my bank. And the bet will be non-persistent, i.e. it will be cancelled at the off if the place bet in the place market has not been taken. And the conditions are very simple. It takes the conditions from the win market. In other words, there must be just one back bet at 1,000. And this one here identifies which horse that back bet belongs to. So you've seen all that. So that's all in the win market. But the important thing to note, however, here is that the action is being carried out in the place market. And then finally, there's another sound process, just saying placing back bet, assuming that there's a qualifying bet to be placed. And that's it. As you can see, it's a very simple, straightforward strategy. There's just a few things in there that you've seen before, and we'll see how that gets on. But what I've also done, if I go to the watch list, because I am using, as you can see from here, the next generation, I've got control of this. So I'm only going to have Fairbot check the market every 2 seconds. And it's only going to kick in for each market at 10 minutes before the start time. So that gives it plenty of time to ascertain the odds 5 minutes out. and it will stop refreshing that particular market when the markets turn in play. There's no point in monitoring that market in play since it's a straightforward back bet within the place market. And that's just going to chug along throughout the day. And that's it. Fairly straightforward strategy, utilizing lots of the settings and techniques that I've discussed in the past. So I'll post the results of this once the day has ended, later on this evening, and you'll see that I am doing it in real mode. Okay, thanks very much, guys.